Knabe is the perfect example of what is so wrong with term limits. He is, you won't find a more skilled or artful public servant elected today than Don Knabe. And I stood here today and I heard our colleagues, Mr. Buscaino and Mr. Bonin, talk about the safe surrender program and this program and that program that Mr. Knabe has worked on. But let me tell you about a program that he worked on which is very near and dear to me. And that was the Educate Herb Wesson program. Mr. President, would you, I've already warned Mr. Herman not to disrupt this presentation. He did it just now. If he does it again, I would expect that you will remove him or I will. So I don't want to hear you, Mr. Herman, until I finish. Today is not the day to play around. Today is the day we honor someone who deserves to be honored. Members, in our lives, there are going to be a handful of people that make you the public servant that you are. In my life, I've been blessed by about a handful. But I can't think of one that has had more to do with me becoming the individual, the public servant that I am, the elected official that I am. Can't think of one person that helped me more than Don Knabe. Now I'm going to say this, and I mean this with all due respect. I worked for Councilman Nate Holden, and I love him, and he gave me my first shot in this business. But Councilman Holden's philosophy was he wanted to be the one. If the vote was 14-1, he wanted to be the one. He wanted to be the rebel. That really wasn't who I was. And it was Don Knabe that came right before my boss, Yvonne Burke, was sworn in, and he liked me. I think he just liked me because I was cuddly or something. I don't know what it was, but he spent a lot of time in just teaching me about the budget. I mean, when I was here with the city, I didn't really work on the budget because we were always against the budget, okay? We didn't influence the budget because we were always against the budget. But when I went over to the county and then Don and I connected, and I mean, it did not take long for us to connect, and he would sit down with me and break things down and explain it step by step. So for 4 years prior to Mr. Knabe being elected supervisor, our offices, Dean Dana's office, where he was the chief, Yvonne Burke's office, where I was the chief, for those 4 years, those two offices directed the budget.